Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Today I have a wonderful guest on, and her name is Ciera Lewis. But let me talk to you a few minutes about what I do. I am a holistic lifestyle and wellness coach, and I am an author and a speaker. And I am out there to help as many women as I can to be fierce and bounce back. And no matter what you've gone through or what's going on in your life, you can get up and go again and do again. Because we as women, we have so much resilience inside of us that, we have the ability to keep going despite the odds. You can have like a 1% chance of, something medical or something in your career or relationship, and you got to go for that 1%. That's what it's all about. So let me tell you a little bit about Ciera. She was born and raised in Kentucky, and she loved poetry. She won her first poetry award in middle school, and she wrote for her grandmother, and it was titled "Watch Over Me," which I think that's amazing. That's wonderful. So that was the beginning of her poetry journey. But her background is in medical, just like mine. My background's medical too, but I'm more into holistic now, because as we see what's going on with our medical system, right? So and I'm very happy about the new Surgeon General too. I think she's going to be awesome. I really do think she's going to be awesome. She's all alternative, and she's into holistic and integrative, and yeah, it's going to be good for our country. But anyways, Ciera, she does have a background in medical IT and billing coding, and it looks like she is an owner of KL Consulting LLC, and which is a medical billing and credentialing business. And with her background, she loves helping people through her poetry, and she has a book coming out and the 20th of this month, and she's really excited about her new book, and she plans on using her poetry to put on merchandise, on blankets and mugs, and she's going to be the guiding light for those who are interested in growing poetry, which I think we all need. That we all need more arts. We all need more arts in our life, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about about what you're creating and what you're doing, and passing it to you.
Hey, my name's Ciera. Like she said, I'm from Kentucky, and I've been writing since I was in middle school. So I started out with my poetry journey, and then I kind of ventured off from there and started writing a little bit of fiction, a little nonfiction. And my grandma and my uncle really encouraged me to actually take my poetry further and publish it. However, we lost them in COVID, the year of COVID. They both passed away about a month apart. And that's what really finally pushed me to get my poetry out there and write the book. So I basically wrote the book in memory of them. And well, I put it together, shall I say, in memory of them. And yeah, the poetry, it's designed to provide a light, basically like a lighthouse, for those who feel like they're in the dark or lost, or like they are just ready to completely give up and like they have no hope left. It's to provide a light at the end of that tunnel for people. It's very inspiring, and there's a lot of different genres in there for pretty much mostly everybody. The other thing that I'm working on that is also coming out July the 1st, which I'm really super excited about this as well, is my new magazine called Fierce and Fearless. It's a magazine that is elevating women entrepreneurs, and it's going to be a whole movement. It's not just a magazine. So I'm looking really forward to doing that, along with the podcast that will be coming out at the end of June. Fierce and Fearless Women Entrepreneurs.
Oh, that's great.
And that's where I'm at right now.
That's wonderful. I love that. As you being an entrepreneur yourself, do you have a lot of people that you mentor right now as far as entrepreneurs?
I do. We do have some, yes.
Yep.
And like you said, I'm also in the medical space, so I definitely do a lot of mentoring there as well and consulting work. So
That's wonderful. That's really good. And your magazine's coming out when? I'm sorry. When?
July the 1st.
July 1st.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's going to be so wonderful and amazing for all the women entrepreneurs and men too, if they want to be there. I'm not going to be discriminatory here. But yeah, there's a lot of people since COVID have changed from the corporate world or whatever they were doing to more of an entrepreneurship. And a lot of them are struggling right now because of our economy too. So,
Yes.
any type of mentorship or even, a way for them to be sponsored somehow, would be absolutely amazing, because I think that especially, people coming out of a bad career, a bad job, they want a little bit of guidance.
Yes.
And I think the magazine is going to help with that, right?
Yes.
I think so. I really do. So you have some really big things coming on. It's
Yes.
awesome. I bet you're really excited, right?
Yes. I'm super excited. Especially because my book will be my first solo following several other books that I've published with other women. So I'm in several anthologies. My first anthology was my unforgettable personal stories that inspire you. And
Oh,
I've got several more coming out this year. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this to be the first solo book and again for my first magazine.
wonderful. And what are the books that you've already published? What are the names of them? So in case somebody wants to go ahead and purchase one of those books.
My personal stories that will inspire you, or I'm sorry, my unforgettable personal stories that will inspire you. A letter to my, and
Mm.
then there's one that's getting ready to publish in a couple of weeks. It is called She Wins.
Oh,
And then the other one has still got a couple, well, a letter to my mother. Or a heart of a mother is the next one. A heart of a mother. Yes, that'll come out next week as well.
oh,
Mhm.
wonderful. So are those ones you're publishing through self-publishing or are you doing that through a publishing company?
Publishing company.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
I actually have a couple books out there that were self-published. I did it
Okay.
myself, they were started out being ebooks, right?
Uh-huh.
And I had them, I self-published them through Amazon. And
Okay.
I'm falling, and I can get up. And I wrote that back in 2016. And the other one is I'm not crazy. It's all in my gut. And that's, all about our gut health and how it plays a huge role in mental health. Huge role. So, and then this one's been the most challenging because I've had computers crashing and losing material. It's just been one thing after another with this one. So I'm praying everything goes right and I can have it out by next month. So this
Hey.
healing does not have to be rocket science. And it doesn't. It doesn't. It feels like it is sometimes though. It really
Yeah.
does. It can be yeah, it can be very intense, right?
Yes.
So
Very.
if you want anyone to get a hold of you or contact you, how can they get a hold of you? Do you want to, give them your email?
So yes, my email is hang on, let me get it to make sure I get it right here because I got too many letters in it. It is so it's Fierce Fearless Entrepreneur 2025 at gmail.com.
Nice.
And then my Instagram is fierce and fearless entrepreneur is my Instagram.
Okay, all right, wonderful. So if somebody wants to get a hold of you and find out more about your book or ask you any questions or anything, that sounds really good, definitely. And
Yes.
do you have anything else you want to add?
Other than I hope to see everybody on the other side. Hope, like I said, that the magazine will hopefully change and shape someone's life along with my book. I'm
Yeah.
definitely hoping the magazine will help people to grow and be able to take that next step into their career path or their entrepreneur journey.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody just remember that you're important and you're loved and you're not alone.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. The one thing I have to say about entrepreneurship is, unless you're really prepared, the best thing is don't quit your day job first. It's like, don't do that because
Yep.
you can end up, in the poorhouse. And we don't want to do that, right? So use your, whatever you're creating or doing as a side hustle. Do it as a side hustle until you get it going and moving and pushing, because I've seen so many people say, I'm sick of my job. I'm just going to quit and just do this and do that. And then they end up regretting it. So yeah, do it on the weekends, do it at night, whenever you can, but don't give up your day job.
No,
Definitely not. Definitely. So it was really, really nice talking with you. I really appreciate you coming on here today. And I am looking so forward to that magazine and your books. Definitely.
thank you.
Thank you so much. And let me close this. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, successful launch with, with that magazine. I know you will.
Thank you. Yes.
And it will be amazing. I know, sometimes things take a little bit longer than they should, but and the poetry too, I love it. I love it with the poetry. There's going to be a lot of people interested in that one for sure. It's like sometimes people don't want to that are in the other on the other side, they don't want to admit that they're into arts and poetry and because they think, it's like it's not cool, right?
Not quite. Yep.
But
Yes.
it's good. It's really a good thing. So well, anyways, you have a beautiful, beautiful evening and we'll talk soon.